What it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Said It Show. Over 1,900 episodes since 2014, and 500,000 streams around the world. All of that is on account of you guys. So thank you so very much for all of that. And this month, yes, this wonderful month of October is Hispanic Heritage Month. And with us today, we have Celebrity Chef George Duran. Hey, Chef Duran.
Hi, Ash. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, Chef Duran, for people that are unaware, I don't know if they've been living under a rock somewhere, give us a little bit, a short history about how you were influenced and inspired to join the culinary world.
Well, as everyone says, it's my mother's fault always. So no matter where I end up in life, you always look back at your life and you see all these inspirations and problems sometimes. They kind of start with your own mom. And my mom was a big inspiration for me. She would cook a lot at home. I grew up in Caracas, Venezuela for 15 years of my life with Armenian parents. And my mother had an incredible love for food and would cook every day, both Venezuelan food, Hispanic, South American food, but also Armenian, Lebanese, Middle Eastern food at home. So food was definitely the language of love in our home. We did not know how to say I love you. We just knew how to say, what do you want to eat? And that was it. That's how the passion really started when I was a very young kid. But I did always have this passion for media, mass media, television, radio growing up, even throughout college. And then I decided to put both of those passions together and go to culinary school in France for 3 years and kind of put those two together. I learned French cuisine, one of the top, most sophisticated cuisines in the world, and then I had my background in mass media that I was able to put together and, go on the Food Network after that.
Absolutely. Wow. That is absolutely incredible. I really appreciate you sharing a little bit, about that with the audience and everything. So, Hispanic Heritage Month, Gayo Azul. This cheese is very, very diverse, and I want to talk about the different varieties that you guys have.
Yeah, so Gayo Azul, which means blue rooster, is a fantastic cheese. It's a renowned Hispanic cheesemaker, but they have a Dutch influence, and the Dutch are known for their cheeses. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. So they have cheeses like cotija. If you go to Mexico and you ask for cotija cheese, it is this very nice, crumbly, slightly salty, a little bit of sharpness to it, but it's really perfect to kind of put on top of tacos, enchiladas, street corn. When you see that street corn that is covered in that white cheese, that's cotija cheese. They have a Dutch Edam cheese, which again, a Dutch cheese that has Hispanic influence is really hard to find, but has a rich flavor, smooth, creamy texture. They even have a Swiss kind of cheese, a very semi-firm cheese. And then the queso blanco is one of my favorite ones as well. It has a nice, mild flavor. My kids absolutely love it. And the absolute best cheese, and this is called queso para freír, which means cheese to fry, frying cheese. I don't know if a lot of people think, how do you fry cheese? This is the kind of cheese that you can fry. It's kind of like halloumi cheese, but not as salty. Halloumi is Greek. This is queso para freír, and you'll probably find it in a lot of regular supermarkets as well. And what you do is you take a piece of it, and you cut it into like little cubes or squares or rectangles, and you saute with a little bit of oil or butter on both sides. You can also grill it as you want, but there's nothing better than frying cheese. It's almost like the best of both worlds, having cheese and something fried. Queso para freír from Gayo Azul is one of my absolute favorites.
Yes. Wow, that just has my mouth watering. I want some fried cheese now, Chef.
Come on over. I'll fry it up for you.
That sounds amazing. So what are some of your favorite Gayo Azul recipes?
Yeah, one of the things that I've kind of put together, and it's huge now, you go all throughout the United States, and everyone talks about birria tacos, B-I-R-R-I-A. Make sure you put 2 R's and roll that R, birria tacos. And it comes with crumbled Gayo Azul cotija in there. So birria tacos are very simple. You make this beef stew, and I have a recipe for it on gayoazul.com. You make this beef stew, you let it kind of just simmer there for a while, and you're using that beef stew, the liquid from that beef stew, to make those tacos, and then the meat that is stewed in there to fill in those tacos, and then you serve the extra stock or the flavorful stock that comes with it. You top it with the Gayo Azul cotija cheese, and then you dip the taco that you've already made with the meat and all the fillings inside. You dip it inside of that stock. And oh my goodness, if you've never had birria tacos, you are missing out on one of the best things to come out of Mexico. And you'll see a lot of food trucks, Mexican food trucks, that have birria tacos. Run, don't walk, run to those trucks, and make sure you use the cotija cheese on top of it. But make sure you get that stock that comes with it, that broth, that stock, so you can dip your taco inside of it and eat it. It's just juicy, melting your mouth, crispy with the corn tortillas, of course, with that, and of course the meat and the salty cotija cheese on top of it. Birria tacos are the thing from heaven when it comes to tacos.
That sounds amazing, Chef. Oh my gosh. Now, out of the different varieties that, you're talking about, the only one that I was really, and this is probably just the American in me, the one that I really am familiar with is the queso blanco, because that's typically a lot of different Mexican spots. That's a given. That's one of those given ones there. But what about the other cheeses? Go ahead.
Absolutely. They have a European Swiss, for example. It's like, again, semi-firm. It has a lot of nice, sweet, nutty flavors. So this is what's good about a European Swiss cheese from Gayo Azul. It's perfect for something like burgers. So you often get a lot of cheeses that you kind of put on a burger and it just melts away and almost turns into a liquid. This is going to remain kind of semi-soft on top of it, and it's going to make you nice, beautiful flavor, actually. It's going to have a nice, nutty flavor on top of it. For grilled cheese sandwiches, too, you're going to have that grilled cheese pull to it. Kids love this kind of European Swiss flavor because, again, it has that nice pull. It melts really good. The meltability is perfect, and you get this perfect ooey gooiness from it as well. And a lot of people don't think that something like Gayo Azul will have even a Gouda. Their Dutch Edam is, again, a rich flavor, has a nice creamy texture, but it's great for baking dishes, something like mac and cheese. So up your game from the processed cheeses, I say to people.
Yeah.
Use something like a Dutch Edam, a Gouda, a European Swiss, and you will really make sure that your kids are starting to eat more sophisticated flavors versus the bland or the powdered stuff that they sell with the mac and cheese boxes, because that's the whole goal here. The goal is to get your kids and my kids to start opening up their palates and eating more than just the processed flavors. You want good quality, sophisticated, expandable palates, as I call it, so that as they get older, they'll start understanding the different flavors of quality cheese and quality fruits and vegetables and everything. Once you get that into their diet, they'll understand that quality food really matters, not just for nutrition, but also for flavor.
Yes. Chef, where would you say are the best places for people to pick up these cheeses?
Yeah, so a lot of places like Amazon have them, but I'm finding them on supermarkets like BJ's Wholesale, Costco, Key Foods, Market Basket, Publix, Sam's Club. I mean, it's pretty much everywhere you can find cheeses. And, of course, if you go to gayoazul.com, you'll find it over there.
Gotcha. And would you recommend any particular cheese slicers for these cheeses?
Any sort of what? I'm sorry?
Cheese slicers. Anyway, for people if they want to...
Anyway, like cheese slicers? Like physical machines to slice cheese?
Well, like the ones that you can get at the store. Like, is there a particular brand that you prefer or that you recommend?
Yeah, you know what? I always go with Friesland. Friesland Campina is one of my favorite cheese slices. And they tend to have a lot of fantastic Dutch-style cheeses. So anything with the Friesland brand, I'm all over it.
Okay. All right. You guys heard it first. Chef said. It must be true. All right. Thank you so much. Chef, thank you so much for coming through today. Certainly appreciate you. Let everyone know the best way that they can follow you and where you may be next.
Yeah, you can find me on all social media sites at Chef George Duran. Just type in at Chef George Duran or go to georgeduran.com. And quite often you'll see me on Good Morning America cooking up a storm. All
right. Sounds like the plan, Chef. Much more success. You got to come back because I know you got some stuff in there cooking we couldn't talk about today. But next time, absolutely love to have you back.
Ash, I'm going to fry you some cheese when I see you next time.
All right, you guys heard it. All right, so you got to do it, Chef. That's a given.
Thanks, Ash.
I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.